Okay, so today we will start about our EC2. So right now we have used it a little bit EC2, but not full-fledged. I told you how you can create and other things. So today I will give you more explanation about the EC2. First thing, EC2 Classic. That is normally what we are using to create our VMs. So yeah. So first of the thing is EC2 full form is Elastic Cloud Compute. It is a virtual servers in the cloud. You can create Windows, Linux and most common operating system, whatever Amazon is providing you, you can create that virtual machines. Till now we have just used our what is the commonly given, but we will see how the more options are there on the EC2. In EC2 there is always a spot instances. That is always last time I told you about the spot instances. Always whatever the unused things Amazon has, they are giving you as a spot instances. Means you can use that particular instance for some time, but that is not sure up to what time. It is very cheap in the cost, but it is something you can use. Let's see, for your batch processes you need some of the space only for run the batch processes, but in between if Amazon will take it back, it will not harm you. You can't run on your any production application, any for coding or something you can't use. Only for if you already a code, you just want to run your code and see how it is the new space. You need some of the new space. You definitely you can use this spot instances. You want to test something, it's there. So it is next is reserved instances. Pay down EC2 price and granted compute time in an Amazon means availability zone. What means, let's say you are starting a company and you are very much sure, or let's say you are migrating from your data center to the cloud. You very much sure you need 100 virtual machines. You are paying upfront cost to the Amazon. Yes, for whole year I need 100 virtual machines. So they will definitely give you very discounted price on that, might be the 30%, 40% discount on that, and it is giving you the guaranteed compute time into all means availability zones. But you have to firstly yes, I need these many virtual machines for a year. So 24/7, 365 days you have already paid for that. It is means whatever is running into the reserve instances. But when you don't know, then you are choosing on demand instances. So on demand is like we are creating right now, right? So we are just creating for ourselves and using it. That is called the on demand, and it is charge you as per hour per minute base pro database. Means if you use only for 20 hours, it will charge you only for 20 hours, not more than that. Okay, free tier, definitely we are right now all the virtual machines whatever we are using, that is all are the free tier virtual machines. We are not paying for anything. That is Amazon is giving you free of cost to test means or you practice on the Amazon. Some of the other things are Amazon EC2 classes service limit. So they are saying 20 instances per account, means you can create only 20 virtual machines per account. Right now my account is the Vinder Singh account is there. If I want to create more than 20, it doesn't mean you can't create. You can create, but only thing is you have to take the permission. You have to just tell to Amazon, yes, sending an email, I want to create more machines, this is my business, all these things they will allow you. And by default they are giving you 5 elastic IP addresses.
Okay.
That is just for their service limit. It's not, you can say limit. It is the first time limit. You can increase whenever you require. Then what is the different type of instances available? They are micro, small, medium, large. We will see all how they are. Means you can call it the t-shirt size. When we are buying the t-shirt is a small, medium, large, right? So it is something like that. So you have different instances. What is the difference in instances? Definitely in micro memory your compute power, block storage, network performance, EBS optimization. All these things are matter when they are creating this micro, small, medium, large, all these things. So thing is, some enterprise application which need more memory rather than anything else. So that time you need a more memory. Some is application is built such a way it will use your complete 100% or 70-80% of your power, your processor cycle, compute power, right? So that particular thing you can change. You need a high CPU, right? Some application need more storage, block storage. Some need very high IOPS, right? Input output per second, right? So it's writing or reading, all these things are very extensive. So that time you have to use according to your requirement. You can use your instances. Next is Amazon EC2 cycle, that is pricing. Prime means we are using 750 hours per year, 1 year. That is our contract means we can use maximum 750 hours in a year. That is we can use in a mean whenever it is will finish, it will over for a year. Data transfer, yes, you have to pay for that if you are using that 750 hour. But data transfer charges they will deduct. Storage, yes, you if in this one they are give you very limited storage. That is I think only some 1 GB EBS and maximum 30 GB you can use in the free tier, not more than that. If you use more than that, you have to pay for that. Compute time, instance on and off state, means all these things are pricing. Yes, how much time you will keep it on, it will charge you. Once you will keep it off, it will not charge you. Then storage. In EC2, there you know about this ST simple storage service which we are right now we are using. There is another storage is EBS. If you see when we are okay, second is instance store volume. So that is the virtual devices whose underlying hardware is physically attached to the host computer for the instance. That is, you have storage volume which are directly attached with your computer. You can also you can take that storage also from Amazon. Okay, so there is underlying hardware. That hardware has a physical attached, you can say the storage. That is called the instance store volume. If you are talking about EBS, let's see, your root volume is you installed our Ubuntu, the root volume is always will show as a dev SDA. But your requirement is you need an extra 500 GB as a, just say in Windows, C drive mostly using for your root file system, means all your program file software is installed on the C. But D you need for some other purpose. So that case you can ask for, yes, I want the EBS volume, please add me one more. They will add you EBS volume with your virtual machine. So that name will come as a SDA2. Here it is shown SDA1, then it will came as a SDA2. So that can be 500 GB, 1 terabyte, means it you can create as per your requirement.
Correct.
Then it is IOPS, that is input output operation per second. I told you how you mean they are giving you some of the disk which has the IOPS is very high. How they are calculating the IOPS, how many IOPS you require into the chunks. They are measured into the 16 KB chunks, means everything into 16 KB. So that's the way you can this calculation you can do and create a how much MB transfer per second you want. More apps you want, more transfer you want, so you have to go for a higher system, means higher resources you want. So definitely you have to pay more for that. Then EBS is elastic block store. So what is elastic block store? Block level storage device, means it is definitely it's the block storage. So you have it is the block level storage device. Additional network attached storage, you can add a additional storage with this one, but only attached to only a single instance, means one only you can attach. As in I told you na SDA it was already SDA1, you can create SDA2. but it will only you can create for one instance one extra volume. It should be at least 1 GB size and at most 1 terabyte. But now I think it is a little older one. They have increased this particular value.
Okay.
Each instance is backed by the EVS volume. So what is EVS volume is, if let's say you have some of the data you have kept on that 1 terabyte disk. Once you delete or not delete, I can say your system is down, your volume is still there. Your data will not happen to that particular EVS volume to anything. You can move that EVS volume from one system to another also.
One server to other server.
Yes, EVS is running on RAID 0 for redundancy. Means RAID 0, if there is no redundancy, it's the high speed. Okay.
Okay.
Only is provide. EVS erase on the first mount when cause loss of 5 to 50% ops per time. Pre-warm EVS volume. I'm not sure because this is changed actually. I will check this one and I will tell you about this EBS erases on first mount, because when they are saying they are mounting first time. Mounting is just you are creating a new device and it is mounted. So it will first time it will cost 5 to 50% of your IOPS first time means okay, leave it. I will tell you exactly. I don't want to guess on this. Then they have the snapshot, incremental snapshot, frequent snapshot, decreased durability. This snapshot is the one of the good feature there. You can create the snapshot of your volume, keep it in that backed up that whenever you want. Let's see, there is some files removed there or some happen to your EVS, you can move to the older snapshots. Is one of the very good option there. Then it is start, stopping, terminated instances. So firstly you have the IAM users with permission, means who can start, stop or terminate the instance. While an instance is stopped, you are not paying for the compute time, only storage. Means if you are still using the storage, it doesn't mean if your instance is stopped, you are not paying for the compute. Means for that particular VM you are not paying, but you have to pay for the storage. Whatever the storage you are using, your data is there. They are keep it like that your data. So if you don't want data, you have to remove that EBS storage. Okay, if you are keeping that storage, it will charge you. Termination and termination protection, they have the one, they are giving you the command line interface, API interface. Let's say you have your own application, you have your own already GUI some interface where your person will log in and shut down, start or stop your instance. They are giving you that option also. Means I have shown you when we have created that installed AWS CLI mode, right? So in that particular, if you want to create or you want to start any instance or stop one instance, you can do from their command line interface. You no need to go to the GUI and then only do. You can do from the command line interface also.
Okay.
Many administrators, they are not using GUI every time because they have always a single machine where AWS CLI is installed. They are doing most of the things from there.
Yeah, just like even in our most of the deployments we do, I just go back and I never use printed.
Yes.
Backend is much more, I would say, reliable than frontend.
Sorry, come again.
Yeah, backend is more reliable than frontend. Frontend sometimes the web server might crash or it might be slow, but backend is very clear.
Definitely, it's happened.
Working at the primary location.
Yeah. So these things are user data and cloud in it. It is the one of the service they are they are also using. They have their Amazon own Linux, and this is only available for Amazon Linux and Ubuntu as of 2014. I'm not sure about the recent. So this is one of the options they are giving you for their data, user data. I will explain it a little more when we go for the practical. Then it is the IP addresses. For each instance, there is always assigned a public address. We have seen that 54 something is always assigned a new public address. There is always a public CNAME. Some CNAME is when we are click on connect, it is giving you one big link, SSH-I public key, then the name is there. That is called the CNAME, canonical name. Okay. Then each instance receive a private IP address. So private IP address, that is always there, 172 something. They are always giving the series. They have the different subnet. You can see each region or their availability zones. They have the set of IP addresses or subnets is available. You can choose that, and it is automatically assigned to your instance. So as earlier we have seen, it has the 5 elastic IPs you can use. Only attach one per instance. Request increase if more than 5 is needed. So what is elastic IP address? It is something like that. Your application is running, you want to add one more instance, right? Automatically, that is called the automatically. In the night time, hits are coming more, and it is want to automatically increase one more instance. Then more instance means automatically it will get one IP address, application will automatically install there, that all things will happen. So that where it will use. Then it is called the elastic load balancer. How it is? Load balancer, definitely it will use for the distributed traffic among instances that belong to ELB group. You can, let's see, we have just now we have seen 2 web servers. If you create a load balancer, that elastic load balancer, it will distribute the traffic. Automatically stop serving traffic on the unhealthy instances. Definitely if one instance is not running, it will not send the traffic to that. It is also store your SSL certificates if it is applicable for your particular application. You have created that, so it will store on that on this one. So now we will see some of the practicals on the EC2.
Okay.
Now I will share you again the screen. Sorry. Okay, you can see this. So now the couple of things we can see here. So firstly, EC2, let me reload it. Yes. So when you are going here, so you can see the left hand side multiple options are there. Instances, spot in request. If you have the anything spot request you want to told. Okay, volumes, AMI. It is Amazon machine image. Means that I will tell you volume, snapshot, security group, elastic IPs. All these left side options you have to see. Okay, a lot of options are there. So firstly, let's start with the instances, what is already running. See here, when any instance you are creating, it is giving you the instance ID. So that is always a unique when they are creating, it's giving, that's why it is giving a number. If you come here on the downside, I will just make it little big for your convenience. So it is as the instance ID, how it is understanding what the image is there. This name you can give as a tag. So if you are giving the name, it's something like you want to tag it now with one of the name, you can see. Then you can see the state. I told about the CNAME, right? I told about the public address. Then I will have to come on the whichever server is running. I click here. See here, this is the public IP, whatever the server has. So this is always a public IP, this is the private IP. I told you, it always give you one public IP, one private IP, right? But public IP is not mandatory, you can remove that, okay, as per your request. This is the CNAME, means from outside world, how you can understand this particular IP address. That is your DNS entry also. If you NSF look up this particular name, it will give you this particular IP address. So what is the main thing? If you restart your web server, or not web server, any this machine, until you are not buying this a static IP, it will every time it will change. You got my point?
If you don't give a
Same IP.
Every time the public IP will be changing.
Yes, let's see.
Dynamically it will be changing, right?
No,
For
yes.
security purposes, it will be changing, right, every time?
No, not because they don't know when you will request again. They are using, they are giving
So
to someone
they
else.
want to hog that particular IP.
Yes, then you have need a static IP. You have to buy that and use permanently. Let's see this web server. The older IP addresses we have was this one 130 because this was showing as a primary. So when I will start this one, it will change. Then it will come with a new IP address. So until it will start, we will go for the other one. So then there is always a VPC ID, that is virtual private server. That is a completely different topic. We will cover this one in details. VPC is a virtual private cloud, means inside a cloud there are always creating a virtual private cloud. So that ID is automatically created within every virtual machine. If you want, means when it is when you have the creating, you can give all these options. Then there is always a subnet ID that is always by default created for you. So how it is? So this is your key names which you are downloading. Okay. So now some of the service checks you can see. You can create your alarm check for this one. By default, 2 service checks are always there. See here, 2 by 2 checks, right? So that is to system check and instance status check. Means they both are running or not, it will immediately that is continuously running on that. Check monitors your software and network configuration for this instance, and these monitor the AWS system required to use this instance and ensure they are functionally properly. If you want for something for yourself, you can create your own alarm for you. So then it's up to you if you want to create. Then you want to monitoring something. So you can see this data, CPU, how much you use, disk read, disk write, operational, network, how much you use, network out, network in, packets. A lot of information they are providing about means into the graphical format for you. Then you can see the tags. So right now I have given the secondary web server name, that is the tagging for this one. So you can add it or you can remove also, you can add it also according to your as per the requirement. Now if I'm creating a launch a new instance, so this is the Amazon Linux AMI. So that is called the
Hey Devendra,
yeah.
your voice got cut. I don't know what you said. There was almost like a 10-15 second
Okay.
voice cut.
So when you create a new instance, I just click on the new instance. You have first option is coming Amazon Linux AMI. That is the Amazon Linux on, it is called Amazon Machine Image. You can use that also. You can use Red Hat, but for Red Hat you have to pay for some of the charges always is there. So here also SUSE Linux is you have to pay something
for the
for
Python pip you need to pay, right?
Yes.
Python to get
No, because the Red Hat is always coming with the some of the license cost. They are saying means you have to buy the support cost. If you don't want, you have to use some Ubuntu or CentOS. I think they don't have given here, so they are giving.
Again, Windows is paid. You have to pay
Definitely,
for
Windows is always paid for that. You have to buy the license for that. Now let's see. I'm selecting the Ubuntu or anything. Here you can left hand side you say my AMI, means if you have already created Amazon machine images. Right now you didn't create anyone. Okay, so there is left side some options are there. AWS Marketplace means if you want to see AWS different products which are integrated, you can see here. So many products they have the tie-up and you can use that. Let's see. I'm somewhere showing you. Let's see security products. Here also you can use whatever you want to. I want to just see on the free one. Let's see only the free one, not only any paid. So if you want to choose here something new marketplace, there is a Kali Linux also. If you select this one, yes, this is also a Kali Linux which you can use, and it is somewhere giving you the per hourly based pricing list. But it is saying software is zero cost. EC2, if you use EC2 over that, right, then they will charge you. That from software side there is no license for that. So they have so many tie-ups with the different vendors on their side. Let's say you are using this firewall, right? You have to use some of other things will be there. I can yes, secure means these are all the security you can say softwares which are available. If you click here, let's say this is Palo Alto. So this is if you want to choose this particular firewall bundle with this one, it will per hour you cost this much. If you want to use this one onto your this complete cloud, they have the tie-up with the so many vendors. Mean they uploaded, they ask them to whatever their software they can use. So accordingly, they are also making the money, and that software vendors also making the money hourly basis. How much they are per hour if you want to use. Now come on the quick start. I'm just telling you they have so many marketplace, means so many vendors they have tie up. You can use anything, means directly it will install on your EC2. You no need to do anything. Let's see, this is the business products. So if you want to use WordPress powered by Bitnami, WordPress powered by something, any other enterprise application, you have to just select and see the pricing, and you have to use this one. Okay, so immediately your this application will be ready on this one. Base operating system is Linux. It will use delivery method AMI, Amazon Machine Image. Okay, so accordingly, means if you have the requirement, you want to use this software, you can directly use from here. Now I will just going to select this Ubuntu. When I am selecting this Ubuntu, we have a multiple option which I told you earlier. So we are always using this general purpose where 1 vCPU, 1 GB memory, EBS only, this one, right? But if you go down, it is up to 64 CPUs are there, 256 memory is there, 20 gigabit network performance they are giving you. How big this machine, virtual machine you can create, 40 CPUs, 160 GB memory. So it is according to your requirement. It is general purpose. Then it is compute optimized. So that is again depend upon how is your GPU compute, 64 CPUs, EBS only. So this is so many options, different options are available according to your requirement. Okay, so which one you want to choose, according to you have to pay.
EBS is that elastic block storage, right?
Yes. So let's see if
at particular time it will have a block, and after that they will remove it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the free tier. If I'm using this one, I have to pay for that. I just want to see if I'm going little. I can see the costing here. Improve your instances security. Your instance not eligible for free usage tier. Definitely, they are saying you are not eligible to use this one. Okay, if you because I have to move firstly my subscription from free tier to the professional one or whatever. I have to use that. Then only it will give me the option to select other things. So I'm coming again here, select the option, select configuration instance. Now this is the in a single shot if you want to create a number of instances, right? Let's see, I want to install 3 instances. It will one shot. You may want to consider launching these instances into auto scaling group to help you maintain application availability or this thing. You can create means you can see launch into the auto scaling group.
And you selected the free tier eligible, right?
Yeah, it is only the free tier.
Can you go to the previous screen?
Yeah, previous.
Okay. Yeah.
So here I am not directly going to review and launch. I am going to next configure instance in details. Okay. So here you can select how many you want. I'm just giving still one. Now I was talking about the request spot instances. Let's say your application, everything is all running. You need just spot instances. Right now there is nothing is running because there is no spot capacity for instance type 2 micro in the availability zone, because we have the free and these small type of instances, they are never given to anyone. This is only for the free tier. But if you are using you can say professionally, then they will give you the what of the free instances are available. You can use that only for the temporary purpose.
Okay.
Now this is the private means every server automatically create a VPC. So that is by default it's creating a new ID. It will give a new ID and it is giving the default. Otherwise you can create your own VPC. That is a complete separate topic is there. We will go through in details in this one how you can create a new VPC and what is the benefit for that. Okay. Now where we were, okay, yes, this one. Here also according to the no preference default subnet in any availability zone. By default when you create it is going for any availability zone by default whatever is coming, but if you want to give something subnet or select something or create your own subnet here, new subnet, you can also create, but by default it has to give you something for your network. Okay, auto assign public IP. So I told you when any instance is created always a one public IP is there, but let's say you have a requirement where you don't want to make it publicly available. Okay, then you can disable it, but only question is how you access this particular instance, because you can't have the public IP. How you can access? You have to log in as a jump server, means already whatever the IP address which are publicly available or where you can log in from there with the private IP you can log in here. Means how it is, another server will work as a jump host. From your laptop you will log in to the one of the Amazon machine, then from that machine there is always two means private to private it will work. So you understood or not firstly?
Little bit confusing for me.
Okay, so I will just show you.
Subnet no default. Okay, auto assign public IP disable because you are having you want to purchase a static IP for this auto assign.
You can
public
see
IP
particular this drawing whatever I'm going to make.
I'm not able to see anything else.
Okay. Why it is not?
So that VPC ID is created by the network.
And this drawing you can see? No? Yes?
No,
You can't
no,
see.
I cannot.
Okay. Thing is, I will tell you how it is. See, right now, when I am trying to connect. Okay, let me share full screen something. Wait a minute. Then you will be able to see. Okay, now you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, see, thing is, this is, let's see, your Amazon complete. You have created here one virtual machine, right? Second virtual machine, third virtual machine. Okay. By default, it will give you one public IP, one private IP. Why I am giving link here? This public IP is for internet purpose. Let's see, this is your internet, this is your laptop. From laptop through internet you can connect here with your public IP, like this is 54 something is there, right?
Yeah.
But this is private IP. This private, my drawing is too bad. This private IP, you can say it is 172 something is there. I will show you once again. Here, if you see here, come here on your EC2 instances. See here. Here it has two IPs. One this is public IP. One this is the private IP 172. Got it?
Okay.
But if I am coming on the terminal, let's see, I am opening a terminal. Where my terminal gone? Okay. In this terminal, okay, I want to ping public IP See here, I can able to ping, I can connect this public IP. Oh sorry, ICMP might be disabled, but if you SSH on this particular IP, it will say yes, yes, but you have to give the public keys. I didn't give, but you can connect. But if I'm giving this private IP, this is nowhere I can connect through this this IP, connect to this IP, because it's not reachable from here. That's the reason I made this diagram. This is your public IP here, and this is your private IP. So same way, every system by default get one public IP, one private IP, one public IP, one private IP. Now let's assume this particular machine, you don't want this public IP. So then how you will connect this particular machine? Now your routing will be something like this. You will connect on this machine number 1. Yes, you logged in. Then here you will choose again SSH and log into machine number 3 with their private address, that is 172 something is there, right? So with that particular IP address you can use.
Okay.
How? I will show you now. Let's see, with the you should not have any confusion on this. Let me create, this is the disabled public address. I'm not giving any role. If you want to give a IAM role, you can select it here. Shutdown behavior, stop, shutdown behavior is stop or terminate. That is always should be a stop, because if you terminate, it will immediately, once you shut down, it will terminate that one. So you will not able to do anything, or whatever in your code, everything will be gone. Okay, if you want to monitor this one, other things, protect against accidental termination, you can click here. It will not allow you to, once you enable, you will not be able to terminate this instance via the API or AWS console until termination protection is disabled. For this particular instance, just hold a second here, I got now you have create, if it is protect against means if you want to delete also, terminate also, this is where nobody can terminate this one. You have to firstly disable, then only you can terminate. Okay, I'm just click. Now next, add storage. Add storage, we talk about the EBS, right? So this is the by default 100 IOPS you will get. Okay, 8 GB hard disk by default. This is your root file system, right? Okay, so now you want to create a new volume.
Okay.
And I talked about EBS, right? So it is called as a EBS volume, that is SB. It can be up to you, B, C, whatever the name you want. But what is the next will come B. What is the size you want? Let's see, I'm just giving 1 GB only, because everything it is chargeable.
Yeah.
I'm just clicking, and then the add tag. It is 1 GB I'm adding with my system.
Okay.
I'm not, if I want to add the tag, I can just give the name, should be EC2 Practical. Let's see. Configure network security. See, right now it is only allow 22, means SSH from
Default
all.
port, yeah.
Yes, from all. This you can change according to your requirement, your laptop IP or your IP. If you want to add something else like ICMP, echo reply. Last when I tried to ping, it didn't allow me, right? So rules business source 0 allow this your instance recommended this one. I'm just giving my IP address. Let's see, my IP address is if config. It will take that or no. Okay, let's see. This is 192. This is my laptop IP. I'm trying, I'm not sure it will, because might be it will ask for the public IP only. Let's see, review and launch. So secure. The source need to be CDR block or security domain ID. Okay. Security group I have to create, or IP or security group. Why it is not taking? Okay, let's see, no problem. We will change something else here. Let's see, this is the web server. By default, HTTP is not enabled, port 80. Okay. So if I want to enable this one or web server, you have to enable this port from this firewall. But for everyone or for particular, that you have to give accordingly. Now security group also created. Now I am going to launch. So here you can create your keys again. Means if you want to create a new, you have to download right now here with the new name. Otherwise, after that you can't download, you have to create a new one. Let's see, already I have, so I am giving it that AWS keys only. Click launch. View instances, come there. Yes, this is. So here, if you see, we have disabled the public IP, right? In this one, we have, if you remember, we have just click on the disable public.
Public IP. Yeah, correct.
So we can't directly log in onto this system from my laptop. So what I have to do? So it's initializing. Yes, I click over here. This is the IP only came. There is no public IP came. So what I have to do? Now I will tell you how I can log in. So let's see, I am logging onto this machine.
Connect a tunneling from here?
It's not the tunneling, it's firstly click here, directly from there I can do the SSH. Let's see, I'm doing here, paste. Yes. I'm just clearing all this point. Okay, now if I'm seeing the IP address of this system, it is something called 172.31.43.50. So see our new instance IP address. What is the private IP address? New is where it is, this one, right? If I click here connect, it is saying about this one. How I can connect with this way? I need this public key here. How I can now move this public key here? Wait a minute. Just SCP AWS key dot this one root at the rate. Okay, I will try to here SCP okay, what I have to do, SCP man SCP -I, okay, permissions need. Okay, done. I've copied my these keys to this system. So now what is I can do? From firstly, I can see this my new system is the same thing. It will show me use these keys, and I will going to use these keys here. Yes. Yes. From there I logged in to that system. So now what do you understand from here? This is the, if you see, this is the new IP address, it's the same 31 24 255 225. It doesn't have any public address. So now my this system, you can understand from here, to log in on this system, firstly I log in on this particular ID, okay, this instance through the public IP because it has a public IP. From here I logged in here.
Okay.
That is called your jump host, means I can jump here, then I can came here. So why this is required sometimes? Because some of your very critical server you never expose on the internet. So what do? You always create such instances in the backend where you can keep all the data saved. Your, let's see, it is your database. Okay, let's say your web application is running here. E-commerce, your database, why your database need the internet access? It is not required, right? It can directly contact with this one with the private IP, this 172, right? So why you want public? It will raise your security risk because anybody can try from there. So all these things to avoid, you can create only the private IP, not the public IP. Okay. Now I logged in there. Yes. Now I logged in here. You can see mount command, or you can see it's so many things are behind. df-th. Let's see. Yes. See here. 8 GB by default root will get. Right? This is used 1 GB, and we have created 1 GB extra with that. If you know about that, you have to means you can give fdisk -f. You can see all the disk. What? Oh, you have to go firstly sudo hyphen fdisk -l. Here it will show you that 1 GB disk here. It is not it's created, but you have created 1 GB extra disk you asked to assign with your this one.
Yeah, network attached storage.
Right. So it is already attached, but you can use as when you want and how you want. You have to create the file system over that. So that is up to you. You can create. It is something like this is the 4 or 5 steps. Small steps are there. You can create the disk here. New. Let's see, primary only. Yes. Default. Because you are not doing Linux, I'm just telling you how to create. Like, let's say it is something like you are creating that D drive on your Windows. Okay. So it's 8E. It should be somewhere. Linux LVM, it is 8E if you want, or otherwise you can. It is all different type of file system. What type of file system you want to create on your this Linux? Okay. So it is, if it is LVM 8E, otherwise something F. Okay, let me check if it is ext4 something is given. Linux 83. Okay, simple. You can give 83. It will come. W write. Okay, it's came. Now you can create the file system over there. mkfs. Which file system you want to create? So it is the Linux steps all. .ext4. Then you can give this new file system name. That you have to see just hyphen. Sorry. Yes, this is the name of new file system. Yes. Now you can use this file system. Let's see, you are using page/. I'm just giving OPT. Now you can tf-th. See, this new file system came here, 1 GB. Now you can store, it can be 1 GB, 1 terabyte, you can use as a database, you can use this as a your file system, keeping some, store the files, database, anything.
Okay.
Okay, it is up to you.
Okay.
So that is the few things I told you about the EC2. Some more things we will do it tomorrow on this one.
Okay.
Okay, and I hope